Hello, friend. So glad you're here tonight. Get comfortable, pull the covers up, and let the day loosen its grip. There's nowhere else you need to be. Before we begin, a small request. Most of the people listening tonight aren't subscribed. If this channel has ever helped you drift off, take a moment to subscribe and tap the like button on tonight's video. Both are free, they take 2 seconds, and they help this channel more than you'd think. And you can always change your mind later. And if you feel like it, leave a comment telling me where in the world you're listening from and what time it is where you are. I love reading them. April 12, 2015. The night is quiet at a Dunkin Donuts shop in Hanover, Maryland. A young couple, Bhadreshkumar and Palak Patel, are working the late shift together. But as midnight approaches, something unimaginable happens. In this small, seemingly ordinary place, a brutal crime takes place that will shatter their lives and change everything forever. Tonight, we'll explore what really happened on that fateful night and try to understand why one of them vanished without a trace. Bhadreshkumar is 28 years old, his wife Palak just 21. They are both originally from India, having come to the United States in search of a better life. Palak, in particular, had been planning to return home soon, eager to reunite with her family after years apart. She was speaking with a loved one on the phone earlier that night, perhaps dreaming of the future they might have together. Suddenly, their peaceful evening is shattered by an act of unthinkable violence. Palak's body is found by police officers called to the scene after noticing the employees had gone missing. She has been stabbed to death, her life cut short in a horrifying act that will send shockwaves through the community and leave investigators with more questions than answers. Bhadreshkumar is nowhere to be found. He seems to have vanished into thin air, leaving behind a trail of confusion and unanswered questions. Where did he go? Why did he commit this horrible act? The local authorities are baffled. They alert the FBI, who take over the case, and begin an intense search for Bhadreshkumar Patel. Despite extensive efforts, there is no sign of Bhadreshkumar. It's as if he has simply disappeared from the face of the earth. The last known sighting places him in Newark, New Jersey, not far from his original location. But beyond that, it's a dead end. The FBI offers a $1 million reward for information leading to his capture, but still, no one comes forward with any useful leads. 10 years later, the case remains unsolved. The murder of Palak Patel is a haunting mystery that continues to baffle investigators and devastate her family. Bhadreshkumar remains at large, his whereabouts unknown. What could drive someone to commit such an act? And why has he remained hidden for so long? As we delve deeper into this tangled web of secrets and lies, we'll try to shed some light on these dark questions that continue to haunt us all. But before we go any further, let's pause for a moment to remember the life of Palak Patel. She was a vibrant young woman with dreams and aspirations, cut down in her prime by an act of unspeakable violence. Her story serves as a reminder that even in the most ordinary places, tragedy can strike without warning. Tonight, we'll explore the events leading up to this fateful night and try to understand what really happened. Join us as we seek the truth behind one of the most haunting mysteries in recent memory. As we continue, you'll learn more about the Patels, their lives together in America, and the chilling details of Palak's untimely death. But most importantly, you'll join us on a journey to find out what happened to Bhadreshkumar Patel, the man who disappeared without a trace and left behind a trail of unanswered questions. One more thing before we begin. I'm also a co-founder of a sleep app, built to be the most affordable one out there. No ads, ever. Just sounds and stories made to help you sleep. It may not be released yet as this video goes up, but if you're watching a little later, it might be out by now. Just search for it. It should be easy to find. It works on iPhone, Android, and everything in between. Downloading it is the best way to support this channel. In the sprawling suburbs of Hanover, Maryland, lies a quiet town that belies its proximity to the bustle of Washington, D.C. Among its residents were Bhadreshkumar, Chetanbhai Patel, and Palak Patel, newlyweds from India who had recently moved to the United States. Born on May 15, 1990, in Viramgam, Gujarat, Bhadreshkumar was a tall and lanky man, standing at 5 feet 9 inches. He met Palak through the traditional means of an arranged marriage, and they were wed in 2013. Join us as we unravel the threads of this tangled tale, seeking answers that may be hidden in plain sight. What secrets does this small town hold, and what forces led to this tragic chain of events? Patel vanished without a trace, leaving behind a trail of questions and unanswered mysteries. It's April 19, 2017. The FBI makes a significant move in their quest to locate Bhadreshkumar Patel. They add him to the 10 most wanted fugitives list. A nationwide manhunt is immediately launched. Patel's alleged crime, the murder of his wife in a donut shop in Hanover, Maryland. The FBI doesn't take this lightly. They understand that Patel is a dangerous fugitive. Investigators pore over the details of the crime. Every piece of evidence holds a clue that could lead them to Patel. They sift through security footage, examine the scene, and interview witnesses. The FBI knows this isn't just about bringing a killer to justice, it's about finding answers for Palak Patel's family. They release descriptions of Patel, offer rewards, and work tirelessly to keep the case in public view. Yet despite their best efforts, Patel remains at large. His name and face become a fixture in law enforcement offices across the country. The FBI's investigation is extensive, but it's also personal. This isn't just a case to be solved, it's a story that needs its conclusion. The stakes in the hunt for Bhadreshkumar Patel are high, and they just got higher. The FBI has increased the reward to $1 million for information leading to his arrest. This isn't a bounty thrown out on a whim. It's a strategic move designed to catch the attention of those who might know something but haven't come forward yet. Imagine the weight of that number, $1 million. It's not just a significant sum, it's a life-changing amount for many people. And in this context, it sends a clear message: we are serious about finding Patel, and we need your help. The increase in reward signals that the trail might have gone cold, or that new information could finally break through the silence surrounding his whereabouts. $1 million can buy a lot of things, but it's not just about the money. It's also about the public reminder that justice is still sought, and that those who know something have a moral obligation to come forward. Think of it this way: $1 million is a significant sum, but for many people, it's also a chance to do the right thing, a motivation that goes beyond financial gain. For Bhadreshkumar Patel's family and friends, every day without answers is another day of uncertainty and pain. The increased reward is a beacon of hope in their darkest hours. So, if you know anything at all, the FBI wants to hear from you. The stakes are high, and the time is now. Because after a decade on the run, it's about time that Bhadreshkumar Patel faces justice. Investigators have pieced together a complex web of theories to unravel the mystery behind Bhadreshkumar Patel's disappearance. Her life cut short just as she was beginning to explore her independence and dreams. But Bhadreshkumar, her husband, had other plans. He was unwilling to let her go, clinging on to their life together in the United States. Their differing dreams and future plans created a tense atmosphere in their marriage. This tension could have erupted into a tragic confrontation that fateful night. Their final phone call, a desperate plea for help from Palak, was left unanswered. Bhadreshkumar's alleged crime, the brutal stabbing of his wife, left no trace of her body. Investigators believe that this disparity in their life goals was the driving force behind his violent act. As Bhadreshkumar remains on the run, the mystery deepens. The disappearance of Palak Patel casts a long shadow over her family in India, thousands of miles away from the quiet town of Hanover, Maryland. But the sudden and mysterious nature of her death left her family not only bereft, but also desperate for answers that have yet to come. The emotional toll on Palak's family is profound. The loss of a daughter and sister is compounded by the uncertainty surrounding her death. As they wait for news of Bhadreshkumar's capture, each day must feel like an eternity, their questions hanging heavy in the air. The family impact is deeply felt, a testament to how a single life can touch so many and leave an indelible mark on those who knew and loved her. And as the days turn into weeks, the weeks into months, the mystery only deepens. echoing across continents and oceans. The human toll is immense, a stark reminder that behind every unsolved case lies a family waiting for closure. The last known sighting of Bhadreshkumar Patel was captured by security cameras, showing him walking away from the scene. Despite extensive searches, his trail has gone cold. Investigators have explored various theories and leads, yet the whereabouts of Bhadreshkumar Patel remain unknown. His sudden disappearance has puzzled law enforcement and left them with more questions than answers. The lack of physical evidence and the fugitive's ability to evade capture have turned this into one of the most perplexing cold cases in recent memory. To this day, the motive behind Palak Patel's murder and her husband's subsequent flight remains a mystery. The enigma surrounding Bhadreshkumar Patel's disappearance serves as a chilling reminder of the complexity of cold cases. As the years pass, hope for a resolution fades, but the unanswered questions linger, haunting those who knew and loved Palak Patel. This cold case serves as a poignant reminder that some mysteries may never be solved, leaving families in an endless state of uncertainty and pain. Patel was charged with first-degree murder, second-degree murder, first-degree assault, second-degree assault, and dangerous weapon with intent to injure. The search for closure in this case has been ongoing, with law enforcement agencies tirelessly working to locate Patel. San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department joined the efforts in June 2023, conducting a search on Mount Baldy. These searches have been painstakingly thorough, involving extensive manpower and resources to ensure no stone is left unturned. Mount Baldy, situated in California, is a challenging terrain for search operations due to its rugged landscape and unpredictable conditions. Despite the challenges, law enforcement remains dedicated to their mission, driven by a desire for justice and closure for Palak Patel's family. The efforts to find Patel are part of an ongoing investigation that spans multiple jurisdictions and requires coordination among various law enforcement agencies. As the search continues, every new development brings hope that Patel will be found and justice served. The ongoing search serves as a testament to the unyielding pursuit of truth and justice in even the most complex cases. Ultimately, the resolution of this case will bring some measure of closure to Palak Patel's family, who continue to wait for answers. As the days turn into weeks and the weeks into months, one thing becomes increasingly clear. Solving this case will require more than just detective work. The FBI is playing their cards right, banking on the power of information to crack this puzzle. The reward for Bhadreshkumar Patel's arrest has been significantly increased, now standing at $250,000. This substantial sum is meant to incentivize anyone with valuable information to come forward. Imagine the weight of a mystery that has persisted for over 8 years. A single piece of reliable intelligence could be the key to unlocking the truth about what happened on that fateful night in April 2015. The future investigation will likely involve a deeper dive into Bhadreshkumar Patel's past, who he was before his alleged actions, and any patterns or motives that might shed light on this tragic event. This case isn't just about the facts surrounding Palak Patel's death, it's also about understanding the human elements that led to such a devastating outcome. As investigators continue to follow every lead and unravel the complex web of this case, they remain hopeful that someone out there holds the missing piece of the puzzle. And with that hope comes the possibility of closure, for Palak Patel's family and for all those who have been waiting for justice to be served. The case of Bhadreshkumar Patel is not just a legal matter, it's a testament to the human capacity for both love and loss, and the lengths we go to protect what matters most. Ultimately, the truth will emerge, one piece at a time, bringing us closer to understanding the full story behind this tragic disappearance. The enduring enigma surrounding Patel's disappearance serves as a stark reminder of the unpredictable nature of human behaviour and the lengths some will go to avoid justice. Until then, the mystery of Bhadreshkumar Patel's whereabouts remains one of the most perplexing and unsettling cases in recent memory. The police also collected CCTV footage from the store, which proved crucial to their investigation. Although it did not show the entire incident, it captured Bhadreshkumar Patel leaving the scene just after midnight. Despite these efforts, Bhadreshkumar Patel remains at large to this day. The initial police response laid the groundwork for a complex and ongoing investigation that continues to baffle authorities and leave families searching for answers. This initial investigation provides insight into how law enforcement handled the case from the beginning, painting a picture of meticulous efforts to unravel a mystery that continues to elude them. As authorities continue their search, the public remains transfixed by the case, hoping for answers and closure in one of the most perplexing mysteries of our time. Life in the US was challenging. Bhadreshkumar worked long hours at the donut shop, often drinking alcohol to unwind. Their visas expired a month before Palak's disappearance. Tensions were rising. Palak wanted to return to India, but Bhadreshkumar didn't share her plans. Investigators believe this disagreement might have been the spark that ignited the tragic events of that fateful night. The call to authorities was made, setting in motion a nationwide manhunt for Bhadreshkumar Patel. The careful analysis of these patterns indicated that Palak was likely caught off guard by her attacker. The force and direction of the splatters implied she had been taken by surprise, perhaps while engaged in a mundane task during their shift at the donut shop. The forensic evidence also hinted at a possible motive behind the crime. Palak's plans to return to India without her husband could have been a source of tension and conflict between the couple. The violent outburst at the donut shop might have been triggered by this underlying friction. Despite the chilling details uncovered by the forensic evidence, the exact sequence of events remains a mystery. What transpired in those final moments between Bhadreshkumar and Palak may never be fully understood without Bhadreshkumar's account or further tangible evidence. The forensic clues have provided valuable leads in the ongoing investigation and manhunt for Bhadreshkumar Patel. They offer a glimpse into the tragic events that unfolded at the Dunkin Donuts shop, shedding light on the nature of the crime and the desperate search to bring justice to Palak's family. The customer quickly dials 911, reporting their concern to local authorities. The Hanover Police Department receives the call and swiftly dispatches officers to the scene. Upon arrival, police officers find the shop empty, but with all the lights on and equipment still running. The scene appears undisturbed, except for one unsettling detail, a pool of blood near the counter. Authorities immediately begin searching for any signs of Palak and Bhadreshkumar Patel. They check surrounding areas but find no trace of either individual. Investigators turn their attention to potential witnesses. The Dunkin Donuts shop is located in a busy plaza, so there are numerous businesses and people nearby who might have noticed something. Neighbouring shops and businesses are questioned, but many report that they were closed or didn't notice anything unusual. However, one witness comes forward with a crucial piece of information. A nearby shop owner recalls seeing Bhadreshkumar Patel leaving the Dunkin Donuts in a hurry around 11:03 p.m. This detail provides a timeline that could help pinpoint when the alleged murder occurred. The witness also mentions seeing another individual who might have been loitering near the shop earlier that night. This person has not yet been identified, adding another layer of complexity to the case. With these new leads, investigators expand their search. They release a description of Bhadreshkumar Patel and the possible second suspect to the public, hoping someone else might recognize them. The investigation continues, slowly piecing together the night's events. As authorities follow these leads, they hope to find more clues that could break open the case and bring justice to Palak's family. The investigators had a hunch that the key to solving this case might lie in identifying what they believed was the murder weapon. They began their search, combing through every detail of the scene, looking for anything that could give them a clue. It didn't take long before they came across something unusual, a bloodied kitchen knife found on the floor near the counter where Palak had been working. The knife seemed to stand out amidst the otherwise ordinary items strewn about. The blade was long and serrated, likely used for food preparation in the donut shop. Its edge glistened with a fresh layer of blood, a chilling sight that immediately drew the investigators' attention. As they examined the blade more closely, they noticed smudged fingerprints along its handle. Forensic experts quickly moved in to lift and analyze these prints, hoping they would match Bhadreshkumar's known fingerprint recordings. The results were conclusive. The fingerprints on the knife matched those of Bhadreshkumar Chetambai Patel, leaving little doubt about who wielded this weapon. This crucial piece of evidence linked him directly to the crime scene and the violent act that had taken place. Investigators also discovered tiny shreds of fabric clinging to the blade, which they believed could be traces of Palak's clothing. This provided yet another link between Bhadreshkumar and his victim, painting a grim picture of what might have transpired in those fateful moments. While the knife offered significant evidence, it raised more questions. Why was Bhadreshkumar at the donut shop that night? What had driven him to such a violent act? And most importantly, where had he fled to after committing this horrendous crime? The mystery behind the disappearance of Bhadreshkumar Patel deepens as authorities continue their relentless search, hoping that each new clue will bring them one step closer to solving this case and finding justice for Palak. Local law enforcement in Hanover, Maryland, coordinated with state and federal agencies. The Maryland State Police joined the effort, deploying advanced technology and forensic teams to comb through every piece of evidence available. Authorities scoured the Dunkin Donuts shop on 7657 Arundel Mills Boulevard, meticulously examining every detail of the crime scene. Security footage was analysed frame by frame in hopes of capturing a crucial moment that might provide a clue. Patrols were increased along major highways and transit hubs, with Patel's image circulated among law enforcement officials across the country. Airports and border crossings were placed on alert, anticipating that Patel might attempt to flee overseas. Despite the extensive efforts, no concrete leads materialized in the initial weeks following Patel's disappearance. The search expanded into areas where Patel might have sought refuge or support, including Indian communities and immigrant neighborhoods. Investigators explored every possible connection to Patel's past, his family in India, and any friends or associates who might be harboring him. The FBI pursued every thread, however tenuous, in their relentless pursuit of justice. As time passed, investigators began to consider various theories about Patel's whereabouts. Had he changed his appearance? Was he hiding in plain sight? Or had something more sinister happened to him? The mystery deepened with each passing day. Despite the challenges, authorities remained resolute in their pursuit of Patel. They continued to follow up on every lead and piece of information, hoping that one day they would finally unravel the tangled web of this case. In the quiet neighborhood of Hanover, Maryland, news of Bhadreshkumar Patel's disappearance spread like wildfire. It was not just the horrifying nature of the alleged crime that shook residents to their core, it was also the sudden vanishing act of a man accused of such a heinous deed. Neighbors and friends struggled to reconcile the person they thought they knew with the one described in the news reports. "He seemed like a nice guy," said one neighbor, shaking her head in disbelief. The local community was in shock and disarray. The once peaceful town now buzzed with whispers and speculations. Neighbors exchanged worried glances, wondering if they had missed any signs of trouble. "I saw him a few times," another neighbor recalled, "but he always seemed so quiet and kept to himself." Friends who had known Patel since his arrival in the United States expressed similar sentiments. They remembered a young man eager to build a new life and pursue opportunities that were unavailable back home in India. "He talked about his dreams all the time," a close friend reminisced, "but I never imagined this." The disappearance cast a long shadow over the community. Many felt an unsettling sense of fear and uncertainty. "I don't feel safe anymore," confessed another neighbor. "How could someone just vanish like that?" In the weeks following the incident, authorities conducted numerous interviews with neighbors and friends, hoping to gather any information that might help in their search for Patel. The community cooperated, understanding that their collective memories could potentially hold the key to unraveling this mysterious case. Amidst the chaos, there was also a sense of solidarity and support for Palak Patel's family. "We can't imagine what they must be going through," expressed one community member. "Our hearts go out to them." The impact on the community went beyond emotional turmoil. The disappearance highlighted a gaping hole in the town's sense of security and trust. It served as a stark reminder that even in seemingly tranquil neighborhoods, dark secrets can lurk beneath the surface. Yet, amidst all the confusion and fear, there was also a glimmer of hope. The community understood that their collective memories could be vital in shedding light on this enigmatic case. Every whisper, every recalled detail, no matter how small, could potentially lead to a breakthrough. This realization fueled the community's determination to assist authorities in any way they could. After all, the disappearance of Bhadreshkumar Patel was not just a personal tragedy, it was a tangled web that touched the lives of everyone around him. It's intriguing how similar cases can illuminate the Patel case. For instance, consider Grigsby's murderer who vanished in 1978. Just like Patel, he disappeared right after the alleged crime. Legal precedent suggests that those who flee justice often do so to avoid prosecution. Examining other fugitives can provide insights into their patterns and whereabouts. Bhadreshkumar Patel's case is listed there, offering a framework for investigation. Incorporating technology and data analysis can help pinpoint the fugitives' locations. By leveraging these strategies, authorities might unravel the mystery of Patel's disappearance. Perhaps, one day, we'll know where he went and why. The small town is crisscrossed by several highways and roads that could have served as escape routes for Patel, I-95, I-295, Route 100, and Route 32. Each of these thoroughfares leads to different major cities, providing numerous hiding spots for someone trying to evade detection. For instance, I-95 runs north towards Baltimore and south towards Washington, D.C., offering extensive networks of streets and neighborhoods where Patel could potentially blend in or find temporary shelter. I-295, on the other hand, connects to D.C. via the Woodrow Wilson Bridge and heads north towards Baltimore, intersecting with numerous small towns and residential areas where Patel might have sought refuge. Route 100 cuts through Maryland, linking Hanover to Annapolis in the east and Laurel in the west. This route offers quieter, rural areas where Patel could potentially hide without drawing much attention. Finally, Route 32 runs parallel to I-95 and connects several smaller towns, such as Millersville and Odenton. These locations could have provided lesser-known routes for Patel's escape. Investigators scoured nearby CCTV footage in hopes of catching a glimpse of Patel on the move. Although no definitive leads emerged from this effort, it's clear that Patel had numerous avenues to choose from if he intended to flee the scene. One hypothesis suggests that Patel might have used a rideshare service or hailed a cab to get farther away from Hanover before abandoning those modes of transportation. Such a strategy would make it more challenging for authorities to trace his exact path, as he could have jumped between multiple vehicles and covered considerable distance in a short amount of time. With no definitive sightings since his disappearance in 2015, the possibilities remain vast. Did Patel head towards another state? Did he seek refuge in one of the many rural areas along these highways? Each route and destination presents a different puzzle piece, slowly filling out the larger picture of Patel's potential escape plan. And maybe, just maybe, understanding these potential escape routes will bring us one step closer to finally solving this enigmatic case. Investigators have turned to CCTV footage from the night of the crime, hoping it might capture a clue that could lead them closer to solving this mystery. But even with state-of-the-art technology, the quality and angles of CCTV can be limiting. While it reveals key movements in the store that night, crucial details remain blurred or out of frame. By triangulating her cell phone signal, investigators can trace her movement on that fateful night. This technology has proven invaluable in narrowing down the timeline of events. Yet, digital forensics face their own challenges. While cell phones provide a trail of data, the accuracy can be affected by signal interference and urban density. Despite the advances in technology, the case remains frustratingly open. Each new tool brings a glimmer of hope, but the elusive nature of Bhadreshkumar Patel continues to defy capture. Maybe, just maybe, the next technological breakthrough will finally provide the clue needed to close this enigmatic case. Bhadreshkumar Patel is accused of killing her. After the alleged crime, he fled and has not been seen since. Forensic psychologists have delved into Bhadreshkumar Patel's past to understand what might have led him to this tragic event. They note that his drinking habits had worsened over time, with occasions where his security details struggled to wake him in the mornings. Coupled with the tension between Bhadreshkumar and Palak over their differing plans for the future, it paints a picture of a man under considerable stress. This psychological profile is crucial in piecing together what happened on that fateful night and why Bhadreshkumar Patel might have vanished without a trace. Understanding his mindset offers a glimmer of insight into the motivations behind his actions and disappearance. Bhadreshkumar had worked at various places, including a gas station and a restaurant, but jobs were unstable. Financial troubles mounted. On top of that, there were marital conflicts. Their relationships strained under these pressures. The tension was palpable. At the Dunkin Donuts shop that night, Palak was on a call with her family in India. Suddenly, everything changed. Bhadreshkumar allegedly stabbed Palak to death just before midnight. This timeline of events leading up to Palak's murder and Bhadreshkumar's subsequent disappearance is both tragic and intriguing. The magnitude of the search for Bhadreshkumar Patel is staggering. It's not just about manpower or financial costs, it's about the extensive resources and equipment deployed. The FBI, local law enforcement, and other agencies have been tirelessly combing through every possible lead and clue to solve this mystery. Imagine a coordinated effort involving hundreds of personnel from various law enforcement agencies. This isn't just about patrolling streets or questioning suspects, it's about using cutting-edge technology and sophisticated strategies. We're talking about drones scanning vast areas of wilderness, heat-seeking cameras tracking movements in dense forests, and even underwater sonar technology to explore water bodies where Patel might have hidden. The financial cost alone is jaw-dropping. Millions of dollars have been poured into this case. But it's not just about the money, it's about the strain on resources. Think about how many other cases are affected when such a significant portion of manpower and equipment is diverted to one investigation. Every tip, every potential sighting, no matter how insignificant it might seem, is being meticulously investigated. This is a full-scale manhunt that requires constant coordination between federal, state, and local agencies. The implications extend beyond just catching Patel. It's about the ripple effects on other investigations. When resources are this stretched, it can impact the timeline and outcomes of other crucial cases. Patel's disappearance has become a testament to the challenges faced by law enforcement in our modern world. It's not just about catching one fugitive, it's about understanding the broader implications of these efforts. Every day, law enforcement officers are out there using their skills and dedication to piece together this intricate puzzle. And it's not just about Patel, it's about justice for Palak and the closure her family deserves. The scale of this investigation is a poignant reminder of how deeply committed law enforcement is to solving even the most complex mysteries. They won't stop until they find Patel and bring him to justice. But this isn't a story just about the pursuit. It's also about the lives affected by this ordeal. The colleagues at Dunkin Donuts who worked alongside Patel and Palak, the family left behind, and the countless others touched by this tragedy. As we ponder the vast resources deployed in this search, let's also remember the human faces behind this story, their struggles, their hopes, and their resilience. The impact of Patel's disappearance extends far beyond just the missing person himself. It's a tangled web of emotions, resources, and unanswered questions that continues to unfold. And amidst all this complexity, the most fundamental question remains: where is Bhadreshkumar Patel? And until that answer is found, the search continues. At the Dunkin Donuts on Arundel Mills Boulevard, Palak Patel was fatally stabbed by her husband, Bhadreshkumar. The case of Bhadreshkumar's disappearance has been shrouded in mystery, with the FBI still on his trail more than a decade later. Major news outlets quickly picked up the story, transforming this local tragedy into a national headline. The intense media scrutiny brought both opportunities and complications to the investigation. On one hand, it raised public awareness and generated tips from across the country. But the spotlight also introduced sensationalism, speculation, and at times, misinformation. The case of Palak Patel's murder became a complex tapestry of facts and rumours, making it difficult for investigators to sift through the noise. The ongoing media coverage serves as a reminder that the search for truth in high-profile cases is an intricate dance between public interest and the careful navigation of facts. The unlawful flight to avoid prosecution charge against Patel indicates a concerted effort by authorities to close this chapter of injustice. However, prosecuting an absent suspect poses significant hurdles, complicating the path to resolution. In the absence of Patel's presence, key legal precedents come into play. Cases such as United States v. Tucker, 1972, and United States v. Watson, 1980, have established that a fugitive can be tried in absentia, meaning proceedings can continue without the defendant's physical attendance. Yet, this approach is not without its caveats. The Sixth Amendment of the U.S. Constitution guarantees the right to confront witnesses and cross-examine evidence against oneself. Balancing these rights with the realities of a fugitive's flight presents a complex legal landscape. Further, civil lawsuits loom as another dimension of this intricate web. Palak Patel's family may pursue wrongful death suits against Bhadreshkumar, Chetambai, Patel, seeking financial compensation for their loss. However, executing such judgments in the absence of the defendant can prove futile. In sum, the legal implications stemming from Patel's disappearance are multifaceted and fraught with uncertainty. While authorities strive to uphold justice, the complexities surrounding his absence create a tangled web that may never be fully unraveled. Yet amidst this complexity, one fact remains clear: Patel's actions have left an indelible mark on the lives of those he touched. The pursuit of justice, in all its forms, is a testament to the enduring quest for truth and closure that transcends even the most labyrinthine legal landscapes. As the legal machinery turns, the memory of Palak Patel and the unanswered questions about her husband's whereabouts continue to haunt those who seek resolution. The story of Bhadreshkumar Chetambai Patel is one that echoes through time, a poignant reminder of the tangled threads that bind us all together in our collective pursuit of truth and justice. The search for Bhadreshkumar Patel continues, guided by the threads of his international connections. Next, consider his credit card usage. While it's normal for there to be some variance in spending habits, what stood out was a sudden spike in purchases made days before the incident. Notably, these transactions were not for extravagant items, but for essentials such as food and basic supplies. This could indicate that he was stocking up for something, perhaps a planned journey. Another key aspect of his financial activity is the use of ATM withdrawals. The records show frequent visits to ATMs in different locations, again suggesting he was moving around and possibly scouting places. Moreover, there were no significant deposits into his account during this time, implying that he had been living off the funds he already had. This further supports the idea that he was intentionally keeping a low profile. Post-disappearance, his credit cards and bank accounts remained inactive for several weeks. This inactivity is significant because it suggests that he had planned to evade detection by not using any traceable financial means. The lack of any financial transactions during this period could also mean he was relying on cash or other untraceable resources, indicating premeditated evasion tactics. Bhadreshkumar's financial records thus paint a picture of someone who was meticulously preparing for something significant, possibly his flight from justice. These detailed analyses of his financial activities provide important clues to the motives and mindset of Bhadreshkumar Patel during those critical months. As we continue our investigation, each new piece of evidence brings us closer to understanding what led this man to take such drastic measures and where he might have gone. At that time, he was granted a visa as part of the H-4 dependent status, which allows spouses and children of H-1B visa holders to enter and stay in the United States. As their visas were approaching expiration in April 2015, they might have been facing significant stress and uncertainty regarding their immigration status. Their immigration status could have been a significant source of pressure, potentially influencing Bhadreshkumar's actions that fateful night. In the FBI's search for Bhadreshkumar Patel, they have noted his history of heavy drinking and occasional trouble waking up in the mornings. These factors combined might have created a volatile mix of stress and desperation that led to the tragic events. Understanding Bhadreshkumar's immigration history and the challenges he faced can shed light on why he might have chosen to flee after the alleged crime. As we continue to piece together this complex puzzle, each new detail brings us one step closer to unraveling the full story behind Bhadreshkumar Patel's disappearance. In the realm of forensic science, vehicle forensics can offer invaluable insights into what transpired inside a car. Every trace left behind can tell a story. When investigators examined Bhadreshkumar Patel's vehicle, they found several pieces of crucial trace evidence. These included fibers and other materials that could place him or others at specific locations. Blood splatter analysis is another critical component of vehicle forensics. In Bhadreshkumar's case, this analysis revealed patterns that indicated a violent altercation had taken place within the vehicle. DNA testing is yet another powerful tool used in forensic investigations. Samples from Bhadreshkumar's vehicle were subjected to rigorous DNA analysis, which confirmed the presence of both his and Palak Patel's genetic material. These findings provide concrete clues about what happened inside the car and where Bhadreshkumar might have gone. Before Bhadreshkumar vanished, investigators sought to understand the inner workings of Palak and Bhadreshkumar's marriage. This effort is known as a psychological autopsy. It involves reconstructing an individual's state of mind by analysing their relationships, emotional well-being, and life circumstances at the time of their death or disappearance. Friends of Palak recalled her as a bright and cheerful person. She was known for her positive attitude and ability to make those around her laugh. However, there were hints of underlying stress in her life. Colleagues at the Dunkin Donuts shop where she worked remembered her often looking tired and worn out. One of Palak's co-workers noted that she seemed increasingly distant in the months leading up to her disappearance. Her laughter was less frequent and her smiles grew rarer. Family members who had spoken to Palak just before the incident reported that she sounded tense and worried during their phone conversation. These observations suggest that Palak was under significant stress in the final months of her life. The question remains, what could have been causing this stress? A close friend of Palak's mentioned that she had confided in her about marital troubles. She hinted at arguments and a growing distance between herself and Bhadreshkumar. While Bhadreshkumar's whereabouts remain a mystery, these insights into Palak's emotional state and the potential stresses in their marriage offer valuable clues. At precisely 9:03 p.m., an employee of the store never returned from a break. Neighbour witnesses saw him walking alone in the dark. As the night deepened, the same neighbours observed an unsettling sight. A car parked outside the Dunkin Donuts with its interior light on. This vehicle remained stationary for several hours before driving away at around midnight. The neighbour witness's timeline of events aligns closely with the last known movements of Bhadreshkumar before his sudden disappearance. Their accounts add another layer to the already complex tapestry of this unsolved crime. As night falls on Hanover once again, the neighbourhood remains shrouded in mystery. His medical records indicate that he has been living with type 2 diabetes for several years. This condition requires regular monitoring and careful management of his blood sugar levels. Moreover, he has a history of hypertension, which puts him at risk for cardiovascular issues. His blood pressure has been a persistent concern, and he was prescribed medication to manage it. In the months leading up to his disappearance, Patel had been suffering from a recurring respiratory infection that was slow to resolve. This illness would have required regular medical attention and may have affected his daily routines. His medication list includes insulin for his diabetes, metformin to regulate his blood sugar, and lisinopril to control his blood pressure. Given these health challenges, one wonders how Patel managed to execute such a meticulous disappearance. His chronic conditions alone would have required frequent trips to the pharmacy and regular checkups. Did his illnesses play a role in his decision to flee? Or perhaps they provided a cover for his disappearance? The answers remain elusive as we continue our investigation into the enigmatic case of Bhadreshkumar Patel. As the night deepens in Hanover, the question echoes, what secrets does his medical history hold that might shed light on his vanishing act? The mystery of Bhadreshkumar Patel's disappearance grows more complex as we delve into the intricacies of his health records. Bhadreshkumar Patel's disappearance remains one of the FBI's most intriguing cold cases. The story takes an even more complex turn as we explore the cultural and religious beliefs that may have played a significant role in his actions and subsequent vanishing. The expectations for newlyweds in this culture are high. Both Bhadreshkumar and Palak were expected to honor their parents' wishes by staying together, maintaining family unity, and continuing the traditions of their ancestors. Deviating from these customs can bring significant shame to the family and the community as a whole. Tensions in their marriage might have been exacerbated by these cultural pressures. Some theories suggest that Palak's desire to return to India could have strained the relationship given Bhadreshkumar's own aspirations and cultural beliefs. Adding to this complexity is the fact that Bhadreshkumar was known to drink heavily, which could have further clouded his judgment and actions on the night of Palak's disappearance. Cultural beliefs and traditions can often serve as powerful motivators or constraints in people's lives. In Bhadreshkumar's case, the weight of these customs might have played a pivotal role in his actions and subsequent flight. This adds a layer of complexity to the mystery surrounding his disappearance. Understanding these intricacies might provide insights into the possible motivations or constraints that influenced Bhadreshkumar's actions on that fateful night. As the investigation continues, these cultural and religious factors remain crucial in unraveling the truth behind Bhadreshkumar's disappearance. He held the rank of Lance Nayak during this time. This means he was a junior, non-commissioned officer with considerable responsibility within his unit. During his service, Bhadreshkumar acquired essential military skills such as combat readiness, tactical maneuvering, and firearm proficiency. One notable incident during his service involved a high-stakes patrol mission in the mountainous regions of Kashmir. The operation required meticulous planning and execution under challenging conditions, showcasing his ability to handle pressure and adapt swiftly. This mission also honed his survival skills in harsh environments, a crucial capability that might have aided him in evading authorities after the alleged crime. However, the military life also brought its own stresses, including rigorous training schedules and intense mental strain. It's speculated that these pressures could have contributed to his state of mind leading up to the fateful night in April 2015. Though much remains uncertain about Bhadreshkumar's whereabouts and state of mind, his military training and experiences provide valuable insights into the potential tactics he might be employing to elude capture. With these insights in mind, the ongoing investigation continues to piece together the enigmatic puzzle of Bhadreshkumar Patel's disappearance. As we delve deeper into his past and uncover more pieces of the puzzle, the truth behind this complex case may finally begin to take shape. Beneath the surface of the Patel family's life lies a hidden world of real estate holdings, each property a silent witness to their past. Among their properties was a 3,000 square foot luxury home in the affluent neighborhood of Bethesda. This mansion, valued at over $2 million, boasted 5 bedrooms and an expansive backyard. In addition to this grand residence, the couple owned a commercial property in downtown Baltimore. This building, which included several retail units, was worth around $1.5 million. These properties were more than just investments. They reflected the couple's ambition and their dreams for a prosperous future in the United States. Each brick, each window pane told a story of their journey from India to Maryland. But amidst this real estate empire, there were whispers of financial strain. Transactions around the time of Palak's disappearance hint at underlying tensions. In early 2015, a notable transaction occurred. Bhadreshkumar Patel sold one of their smaller apartments in Baltimore. This sale, amounting to $350,000, was unexpected given the couple's recent financial stability. The timing of this sale is intriguing. It happened mere months before Palak's tragic death and Bhadreshkumar's subsequent vanishing act. Was there a connection? Did financial pressures play a role in the unfolding tragedy? As we delve deeper into their real estate holdings, questions arise about Bhadreshkumar Patel's resources. Did these properties provide him with the means to disappear so effectively? The answers may lie hidden within the walls of their grand estates and bustling commercial buildings. With each property explored, another layer of this complex case is peeled back. As we unravel the truth behind their real estate holdings, we inch closer to understanding the mysterious disappearance of Bhadreshkumar Patel. Bhadreshkumar Patel's mysterious disappearance raises more questions than answers, especially when it comes to his academic background. While specific details about his Indian education are scarce, it is known that he received a degree from the University of Gujarat. His educational pursuits didn't stop there. He also earned a master's degree in computer application from Dharmsingh Desai University, located in Nadiad, Gujarat. Patel's educational journey didn't just stop at the master's degree, he also had plans to pursue a PhD in the United States. However, it appears that he never completed this PhD. This incomplete educational background might offer a glimpse into the challenges or pressures he faced before his alleged crime and subsequent disappearance. Patel's academic trajectory is one piece of the complex puzzle that surrounds his case, a puzzle that continues to intrigue both investigators and the public. As we delve deeper into Patel's life, more questions emerge about what could have led him down this path. What pressures did he face in his academic pursuits? And how might these challenges have influenced the course of his life? For now, we can only speculate on how Patel's academic journey shaped his fate. It's April 2015. The quiet town of Hanover, Maryland, nestles under a canopy of stars. In the small hours, Bhadreshkumar Patel sits in his apartment, scrolling through his social media accounts. He's active on several platforms: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Each account tells a story of a man trying to maintain normalcy amidst mounting personal pressure. On Facebook, his posts are a mix of personal updates and memes shared from other pages. Among these are frequent interactions with friends and family back in India. His posts often filled with longing. His Twitter feed reveals a more public persona, engaging in debates about current events. On Instagram, he shares photos of his life in the US, pictures of food, scenic views, and occasional selfies. But it's on Instagram that he seems most withdrawn. His captions are often brief, and his comments sparse. A few days before Palak's disappearance, a post catches the eye of investigators, a cryptic message that reads, "Soon, I will be free." It's unclear whether this refers to his immigration status or something more sinister. The post remains a puzzle piece in the larger mystery of Bhadreshkumar's disappearance. Her colleagues remembered Palak as a dedicated employee, always ready with a smile despite the long hours. She was known for her efficiency and kindness. The Dunkin Donuts store where they worked became a hub for gossip and speculation after Palak's death. Colleagues would often share stories of how Bhadreshkumar and Palak interacted at work, offering glimpses into their relationship. These observations might provide context for the motives behind her husband's alleged crime, though none of these colleagues saw anything concrete on that fateful night. The mystery behind Palak's professional life and the events surrounding her death continue to intrigue investigators and those close to her. Understanding the nuances of her work life may offer valuable insights into the broader story of Bhadreshkumar Patel's disappearance. For now, Palak's colleagues and the Dunkin Donuts store remain silent witnesses to a story that continues to unfold. Before Palak Patel's tragic death, she and her husband had a life filled with travel and adventure. Their journeys took them to various destinations, each holding its own set of memories and experiences. In February 2014, Palak and Bhadreshkumar embarked on a trip to India. They spent time in Mumbai, immersing themselves in the vibrant culture and bustling city life. The following month, they travelled to Bangkok, Thailand. Here, they explored the colourful night markets, tasted exotic foods, and marvelled at the intricate temples that dot the city. In April 2004, they headed to New York City. They visited iconic landmarks like Times Square and Central Park, taking in the energy of one of the world's most dynamic cities. In October 2014, they ventured to Canada, spending time in Toronto. They enjoyed the city's multicultural atmosphere and visited the CN Tower for a breathtaking view of the skyline. These trips were more than just casual vacations. They were experiences that shaped their lives together. But amidst these adventures, dark clouds began to form in their relationship. Their journey to the United States was supposed to be a new chapter of hope and opportunity. However, the stresses of immigration, job instability, and personal conflicts began to take a toll. Bhadreshkumar Patel's story takes an intriguing turn as we explore his past interactions with law enforcement. Before the tragic events of April 2015, Patel had already crossed paths with police in the United States and back in India. These early encounters offer valuable insight into his behavior and possible motives. The details of this incident remain largely unknown, but it sets the stage for understanding the pressures and conflicts that might have been brewing in his life. Before moving to the United States, Bhadreshkumar also had run-ins with the law in India. While the specifics are not well documented, these encounters highlight a pattern of conflicts and stresses that followed him across continents. These early brushes with the law suggest a man grappling with personal demons and societal pressures. As we delve deeper into his story, the question of why he chose to disappear remains both tantalizing and haunting. Understanding Bhadreshkumar's history with law enforcement sheds light on the man behind the tragedy. His past struggles and conflicts paint a picture of someone trying to navigate the complexities of immigration, personal relationships, and inner turmoil. As we continue to unravel the mystery of his disappearance, these early interactions with law enforcement serve as crucial pieces in the puzzle. They offer a glimpse into the troubled path that led him to the fateful night at the Dunkin Donuts shop. Beyond the somber reality of Bhadreshkumar Patel's alleged crime lies another dimension to his life: his family's charitable endeavors. The Patels were known for their philanthropic pursuits, a side of their story that offers a different lens through which to view their troubled circumstances. Their generosity was not mere tokenism. They supported several causes with genuine commitment and financial resources. One of the charities close to their hearts was the American Cancer Society, a cause that hits home for many families touched by the disease. The Patels regularly contributed substantial sums, often tied to significant life events or milestones in their journey as immigrants. Public events like charity galas and fundraisers were frequent occurrences for the Patels, where they not only donated generously but also volunteered their time. These events offered a glimpse into the more compassionate side of the family, highlighting their desire to make a positive impact on their community despite personal struggles. However, these philanthropic endeavors raise questions about the motives and internal dynamics of the Patel family. Did their charitable pursuits mask deeper issues within their marriage? The disappearance of Bhadreshkumar Patel left more than just a tragic story in Hanover, Maryland. It had a tangible impact on the local businesses that depended on the couple's presence. The Dunkin Donuts shop where they worked saw a noticeable drop in business. Regular customers avoided the place, and new patrons were wary due to the negative publicity. The shop struggled to maintain its usual revenue, leading to financial losses that rippled through the community. Other businesses in the area reported a similar dip in customer traffic. This downturn was especially evident during the late-night hours when Bhadreshkumar and Palak had typically worked. The community response was mixed. Some residents expressed sympathy for Palak and her family. Others felt uneasy about the unresolved nature of the case and its implications for their safety. The overall effect was a palpable tension that hung over the neighborhood like a pall. Even as time passed, the mystery surrounding Bhadreshkumar Patel's disappearance continued to cast a long shadow over local business operations, illuminating the broader impact of the case on the community. It's the dynamics between Bhadreshkumar and Palak Patel that have captivated many, especially since their marriage in 2013. Their union was marked by hope and new beginnings, as they had recently moved from India to the United States. Yet, friends and family later recalled signs of stress and disharmony within their relationship. According to reports, Bhadreshkumar was known to drink alcohol to the point of intoxication, which occasionally posed problems for his security detail in waking him up in the mornings. Furthermore, investigators theorized that Palak Patel wanted to return to India while her husband did not. This difference in plans could have added significant strain to their marital relationship. Friends and family also mentioned that the couple's visas had expired the month before Palak Patel's disappearance, further complicating their already tense situation. To understand this case better, we need to go back to the night of April 12, 2015. As they worked together at Dunkin Donuts in Hanover, Maryland, something tragic and mysterious occurred. Despite the ongoing investigation, Bhadreshkumar Patel remains one of the FBI's 10 most wanted fugitives, and his whereabouts continue to be a mystery. The dynamics within their marital relationship may provide some context for potential motives in this alleged crime. Bhadreshkumar Patel's employment history provides insight into the pressures he might have faced in the months leading up to his wife's death. This financial and legal stress could have contributed to the tension in their marriage. Understanding his employment history can shed light on the pressures and financial stresses he might have been facing. Bhadreshkumar and Palak Patel's social circle was a crucial part of their lives in the United States, filled with friends and colleagues who might hold clues to his whereabouts. Let's look at the people closest to them. As newlyweds from India, they initially leaned on their community for support. Friends and fellow immigrants were there for them during crucial life events like their wedding in 2013. Co-workers at Dunkin Donuts described them as a quiet couple who kept mostly to themselves. They were new to the area and trying to make a life in the US. But their friends from India remained an important part of their lives. These long-distance relationships provided emotional support and a connection to home. Investigators have spoken with some of these friends in the hopes of gaining more insight into their relationship and Bhadreshkumar's state of mind. Their colleagues at Dunkin Donuts were among the last people to see them alive before Palak's tragic death. Their testimonies have been crucial in understanding the events of that night. Even with the passage of time, these witnesses remain vital to uncovering what truly happened and where Bhadreshkumar might be now. May their social circle provide the leads needed to bring this case to a close and find justice for Palak Patel. Records reveal that Patel's drinking habits had become so severe that it sometimes took multiple attempts to rouse him in the mornings. This was not a mere preference for alcohol, but a deeper issue that needed urgent attention. Could their mental health records shed light on the emotional states leading up to the alleged crime? It's crucial for investigators to delve into these personal histories to piece together a fuller picture of what transpired that fateful night. Perhaps understanding Bhadreshkumar's struggles with alcohol and Palak's possible desire to leave the country can provide clues into the complex dynamics of their relationship. But to truly grasp the intricacies of this case, we must follow the financial trail of Bhadreshkumar Patel. Their visas had expired just a month before, and tensions within their marriage were evident. Palak was last seen talking to a family member on the phone, suggesting she might have been making plans to return to India. As authorities began their search, they closely examined Bhadreshkumar's financial activities to gain insights into his movements and potential resources. After his alleged crime, Bhadreshkumar made several bank transactions that investigators found unusual and potentially significant. These transactions suggest he may have been attempting to gather cash for an impending journey or hiding place. Investigators also discovered that Bhadreshkumar had transferred a significant amount of money to an offshore account shortly before his disappearance. The presence of this offshore account raises questions about whether Bhadreshkumar had been planning his escape for some time or if he was trying to hide assets from authorities. This financial trail paints a picture of a man with resources and possibly a plan to disappear. Understanding Bhadreshkumar's financial activities can offer insights into his motivations and the resources he might have used to facilitate his disappearance. These details add another layer to the complex dynamics of Bhadreshkumar's relationship with Palak and his decision to vanish without a trace.